What is your advice for someone who starts, who's planning to start, or who starts a Salesforce consultancy right now into the space? Any advice if you have for someone like that?
Starting consult. So I think do your market research. Something that we just spoke about. Ensure that you're going to be going into a niche. Well, I think it depends, to be honest, because some people start consultancies and they stay small because it's probably more like a lifestyle business. They want to work from themselves. They don't want to get too big. They want a few clients where they can make a fair bit of money, but not grow and have that added stress, which is fine. But I think if you're looking to build a consultancy and sell it, then you've really got to do your market research and ensure that you're going into a good industry, focusing on good products, and ensuring you're going to have a USP that makes you stand out. Because otherwise you'll just kind of end up with all these other
Vanilla consultancies.
consultancies that are, yeah, exactly, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But I've been doing a lot of consulting for consultancies, like after I left Empower. And a lot of people are in the same situation. They're just struggling to grow, which is mainly because they're struggling to build relationships with Salesforce. But Salesforce aren't going to want to really deal with you unless you are doing something different, unless you can help them in an industry where maybe they don't have that many consultancies. If you're doing, let's say, financial services, and they've got 20 consultancies which are queuing up to do work with Salesforce, and you want to start another one with no other USP, it's going to be hard to grow that.
Got it. So you have also written a book or a PDF. I'm not sure whether it's an ebook or it's a real book on building a sales.
PDF.
Yeah, it's a PDF, right? Yeah, so it's on building a Salesforce consultancy. Anyone who's watching this video and is actually interested into building a Salesforce consultancy should definitely go and check that out. We'll add the link down in the description. Please go and check that out. And yeah, so would you like to throw some light onto the same?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, after I left Empower, I felt like I kind of had a real crash course in how to build a consultancy. I had barely any Salesforce consulting experience before I joined, but it was I was immersed in it for 4.5 years. It was everything I was doing. So the book is kind of aimed at people who have maybe just started. I would say if you've got more than 1 or 2 years, in a kind of fairly big consultancy, you're probably going to know everything. But if you're, struggling to grow, or you've got under 2 years experience, then it's going to really give you some insights. And the way that I've structured the book is there's a big section on Salesforce Alliances. So it's how to deal with Salesforce, how to get leads from Salesforce, and it's I've got a few people in Salesforce who actually promote this because they like consultancies knowing how to deal with them. For example, not just asking for leads all the time without giving anything back to Salesforce at all. That's not going to get you anywhere. So big part on alliances, and then it kind of goes through sales and marketing and pre-sales operations, how to write a statement of work, what to include in it, and then goes on to a bit about culture. So I've kind of divided it into the main departments, if you like, within a business, and tips on how to grow the consultancy, really. Because unless you've done it before, or unless you've worked in a consultancy, there are so many nuances to running a consultancy which you just otherwise wouldn't know unless you had actually done it before. So yeah, I've got some really good feedback on it so far. I think it's helped quite a lot of people. As I said, it just kind of speeds up your learning from those first kind of 2 years when you're running a consultancy.
So the topics that you mentioned actually covered almost everything that one needs to think about before starting their consultancy, or even if you have already started your consultancy. If any of these terms are new to you or you're unaware of them, I guess you're not doing your job the way you're required to do. I think you've covered everything almost. The alliances, the marketing, sales,
hopefully.
everything.
Yeah, bit of go to market strategy at the start. So a bit that I was talking about, verticals and doing research and things like that. There's some in that. The other thing it's got as well is a bunch of templates. So I think there's about 6 templates in there. So you've got a statement of work template, a presentation template, workshop templates, which I quite like. So it's like, let's say you're running a Sales Cloud workshop. It's put this presentation up on the screen with the client, run through, what a lead is, run through the lead qualification process, the opportunity process, all that kind of stuff. So, and there's a few legal templates in there as well, but that should save you like thousands of dollars or pounds, or if you're looking at founding one.
Got it. Okay. And I think one should definitely check that out, and I'll check check that PDF out as well after the call.
Thank you. I'll send it over to
Perfect.
you. I'm sure you know it all, but
yeah, I mean, I will be happy to have it from you only.